We have a joint study of the IPU and the Parliamentary Assembly, where we interviewed 123 women from 45 European countries, and 81 of these women were members of parliament and 42 were members of the parliamentary staff. And the results were shocking. We found that 85% of female MPs who took part in the study said that they had suffered psychological violence in the course of their term of office. And 47% almost had received death threats. 58% had been the target of online sexist attacks on social networks, and 68% had been the target of comments relating to their physical appearance or based on gender stereotypes. Now, in the most violent types, in the most serious forms of violence, we still found a very high number. 25% had suffered sexual violence in the course, and almost 15% had suffered physical violence. So these are very shocking results, and this is part of what spurred me to action into calling for this report. Now we've seen, of course, that our president has taken a Twitter or a hashtag initiative, not in my parliament, which I think is very laudable, but I think it's also very important that the members of this assembly get the chance to debate this report and also my report to discuss how do we eradicate this scourge on women's democratic participation and get everyone involved in it. Women have sort of internalized this behavior a bit. It has become almost natural in their daily lives. It's been normalized to the extent that many women do not recognize that they are being harassed or that they are being even assaulted, be it verbally or physically. And this is something that I think we need to work against. Also, what we have specifically when it relates to parliaments and politics is this notion that this kind of harassment, this kind of treatment is simply a price that women have to pay to participate in politics. Now, this is unacceptable. This is not something that we can recognize. Now, of course, I think it's important to raise awareness among women, but I think we have taken a huge step, a very big step with the Me Too movement. I think many women have shared their experiences and rejected this environment of hostility and sexual harassment. So what is also needed is for men to become more aware of the problem, to take responsibility for their own actions, and also to focus on the actions of their co-workers, of their male colleagues, and to take a stand when they see that somebody is behaving inappropriately or even violently towards their female colleagues. Now, a big part of this is awareness raising, making people aware of the problem, educating also parliamentarians, but also parliamentary staff about the problem, but also about possible solutions to the problem. Now, we also recommend that they set up effective mechanisms to deal with sexual harassment and other sort of offenses, sexism and other offenses related to that, that they have a confidential, independent mechanism that women or indeed staff can look to when they face harassment, something that they can trust in, that will have their interest at heart. And finally, something that we think is very important, and that is that we put in place effective and proportionate sanctions to this kind of behavior to have the effect of diminishing it. So these are the main recommendations of the report.